time.
It is time for the intro.
Okay, well, this episode you can look forward to comedian Kevin Gootee making a triumphant return to the show.
Yes, and CEO of Comics Watching Comics.
Motherfucking CEO,
Yeah.
as he likes to be called.
Yes.
Also one of our sponsors and a damn good friend.
Yes, absolutely.
Speaking of the sponsors, it's Comics Watching Comics.
Yes.
On Amazon Prime, and what season is out right now?
1 through 5 are out, 6 is coming soon.
Okay.
We're also going to have the live show up that they did a couple months ago at
that's right.
Gotham Comedy Club is going to be up too. So look for that.
Beautiful. Go check out Sportsbook Box Office Podcast.
Yes.
While you're at it, go to the Comics Watching Comics social media, like it, love it, subscribe to it, send them some love. Mm-hmm. Same for Sportsbook Box Office Podcast, and we're going to talk about that shit in this episode. We talk sports, so be prepared.
Yeah, we do talk sports.
We don't get a chance very often to talk sports, so we take full advantage when we get a guest that is willing to talk sports with us.
Especially football.
Especially football. You are correct. All right, so right now the beautiful beats you're hearing comes from Mackay Beats. The rewind trap, heart trap is what it's called. It's badass.
It's jazzy.
I like it. All right, so Kevin Gootee.
Yes, enjoy. Just kidding.
Are you wearing the Comics Watching Comics panties? Are you wearing them? The Comics Watching Comics thongs? You're wearing them right now? Nice. What's wrong?
No, nothing's wrong. I don't know why it's not going to the speaker here. Hold on a second.
I don't want it on speaker, and speaker sounds like shit.
I know. All right, hold on. Call me back in 3 seconds. All right, call me
Don't
right back.
do speaker.
All right, calm down. Call me back.
Calm down.
This is gonna be interesting. I'm a little ripped right now. Wait, did you say 3 seconds or 3 minutes?
3 seconds. Just do like 30 seconds.
That's been like 20 seconds. That's good, right?
I can set a timer if you want.
Hello.
What are you wearing?
Well, we were just talking about that. I am wearing a Comics Watching Comics t-shirt, like a loyal, showing loyalty to our sponsor. Frenzy is not wearing any Comics Watching Comics apparel.
I'm wearing the new thong.
The only thing that she would be allowed to wear then is nothing.
She did say she is wearing the new Comics Watching Comics thong.
It's only available.
We don't make a thong.
Somebody made a pair because Frenzy's wearing them.
And then I shall see those ass hats in court.
All right, let's do this damn thing. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Are you on speaker?
Maybe.
Fucking son of a bitch! I thought it sounded better before. You don't have earbuds? What are
I
you
didn't
doing?
touch it. I didn't touch it.
You're playing fucking PlayStation right now, aren't you?
I am not playing PlayStation right now.
Son of a bitch, what are you doing?
I'm playing Super Nintendo Classic.
You're such a douchebag.
This is how I focus. I can't listen. I was editing before, and I was like, I can have a
put in some earbuds.
You need earbuds. Does it honestly sound bad?
It's not terrible, but it can sound better. We give a shit about the audio quality on our show, unlike the Sportsbook Box Office Podcast. Have you ever heard that podcast? It's great host, but they do not give a shit about the audio quality.
No, it's not the fucking host. It's the fucking fat engineer we had to fire for being a piece of
my
shit.
God!
Yeah, he's useless. That guy.
Jesus.
I can't. We have we're very vocal about him because he fucked us so many times. There we go. I have my earphones. And you happy?
Okay,
That's
better.
Yeah. Okay.
I got a cocktail in hand too. Here, you like that?
Attaboy. So do we.
Now we're talking.
Podcast juice. All right, let's do this damn thing.
Okay.
Frenzy,
all right.
You ready?
Yep.
All right, everybody shut up. In 3, 2, 1.
Now, tonight's adventure into the unknown.
Shut up and sit down.
Whoa. Welcome to the show.
Welcome. What's that shitty sound?
That's probably our fucking guest. Coming back to the show again. One of our good friends.
Yes.
Also a sponsor of this show.
Yes.
Fucking, who we got, Frenzy? Who is it?
We have Kevin Gootee, CEO, host, creator of Comics Watching Comics, and co-host of the podcast, The Sports Books Box Office Podcast.
Motherfucking CEO.
Yes.
I think he likes to be affectionately known as.
Yes.
What's up? God damn, that music said like a fucking 13 here. Turn that shit there. You got it down now. Much better. How are you kids today?
Good. How are you?
Magical.
Good.
You're coming to us from New Jersey, New York area.
Right on, right across the river from NYC, kids.
And you're playing a goddamn video game right now.
Super Double Dragon on Nintendo, Super Nintendo Classic. Yep, but you'll never know because I can focus like a champ.
It's Double Dragon?
Super Double Dragon.
Wait
What?
a
This
second.
is a thing?
Double Dragon.
They had 3
that.
for regular Nintendo, and then I don't know how. I think at least 2 for Super Nintendo.
So is the console that you're playing on, is it one of those ones that got re-released, or?
Yeah, it's those the ones that you couldn't get your hands on for a long time. Those little mini ones, and then you can hack them, which is cool. You can add all these because they only come with like 12 some games on there, but you can hack them. You can have like hundreds on there. Like when I got the Nintendo Classic, I hacked it. And I got like literally 600 games on here. It's insane.
Double Dragon. I remember that game. I'm looking it up right now. Holy shit.
Super Double Dragon I'm on right now for Super Nintendo. Which one? Yes, one.
You know that they made a fucking movie?
I never saw it because even as a kid, I'm like, this looks like garbage.
I think I saw it. It has fucking.
Do you know who's in it? I'll tell you right now because I'm a movie nerd. I know this stupid shit.
Isn't it Scott Wolf or what's his name?
Yeah, I think. Well,
From Party
I
of
think he might
Five?
be in it, but I was going for the other 2 actors, and then
look,
none other than one Alyssa Milano.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Scott Wolf, yep.
And Robert Patrick, if you know who he is.
That's true. Yeah, it's got Scott.
He's the T-1000 in Terminator 2.
Mm-hmm.
Duh.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's got Scott Wolf. He's the fucking blue Double Dragon dude. He's one of the main dudes.
I love your Minnesota accent. Your blue Double Dragon dude.
Dudes. It's dudes. Dudes,
You guys
give
are
us
so funny.
Give us your best Minnesota accent, Kevin.
I know. It's funny. I met a guy with this Buffalo accent. I'm like, God, that is it's so loud like a clanging bell. He's like, is it really that bad? I'm like, yeah, bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So I was
bad.
teasing him.
Bad.
It's wicked bad.
It's wicked bad. I think I tried one of those at the mall. They had them for sale. And
What?
The little console things. The mini ones. They're like the littler ones.
Yep, the little one.
And
Fits in
it
the palm of
was
your hand.
like an Indian dude was selling them.
Listen to him. I know
I can hear it. And this is what my point is. I didn't like it because
why did you not like it?
I liked it, but the controllers, they're way stiff. Like I felt like my fingers would be sore.
Frenzy, they are literally the same controllers they had when we were younger. They are the same exact ones.
So here gets to the funny part. So the guy was like this Indian dude, and I was like, "How much you selling these for?" And he's like, $54.99. And I was like, "Cool." So I looked it up on Amazon, and they had the same exact ones for like $27.99. And I was like, "Yeah, I could get it here." And he's like, "Then don't get it." And I was like, "I'm not like I wasn't saying that. I'm just saying like I'm just telling you like."
He's an Indian dude.
Yeah,
you gotta do the accent.
I like how the Indian guy him being Indian is a focal point of the story.
Well,
yeah, talking about your shitty producer for your podcast, so I think that got a little racial before we started recording. We won't mention what was said, but
I don't think it was the same one because these were like 70 something, I think. I forgot, but yeah, they would not be lowballing like that on Amazon.
What is it? It's a Nintendo 64. What is it?
No, it's a Super Nintendo Classic or the Nintendo Classic. Like this past year, Nintendo Classic came out. Oh, sorry. Super Nintendo Classic came out like in November. A year before that was a Nintendo Classic. And I'll bet dollars to donuts that the Super Nintendo Classic will be out end like November-ish, like the other 2 were in years past.
You have the Super Nintendo. That's what you're playing right now, right? The Super Nintendo.
That's Super Nintendo Classic, right?
Okay. And the classic is just because it's a throwback from the shit they used to sell, and it's small.
Yeah, it's just a smaller version with some games loaded into it, as opposed to the old system, which was bigger and had cartridges in them.
Is
you
there
could pop in and out.
Is there anything else that's different about it? Is there like better graphics?
Nope, same exact graphics.
Wow, those sneaky bastards are getting people to buy the same shit they bought 20 years ago.
Yeah, well, my brother and sister have the other ones, I think, and the Nintendo crapped out of mine years ago. But yeah, my brother actually bought something. I forgot what the name of it is. You could pop in the old Nintendo and Super Nintendo cartridges into the same system and just flick a switch, because he has all of our old games. I was like, oh, that's so cool.
That's
And I think my sister has a Nintendo 64, because I had all the PlayStations. I took those with me.
I get it. I get
What's
it.
that?
Like, I get it. I would like it. I kind of would like to have. I wish I had all the old consoles. You know, like the Super Nintendo and the Sega. I never had a Super Nintendo, but I had a Nintendo and I had a Sega and an Atari and all the PlayStations.
Right. Yeah, me too.
I didn't have
Atari. We had all the Nintendos, I had all the PlayStations, and Commodore 64. Yo, I got that for my confirmation gift back in the day. How you like them apples? And an Apple IIe. My dad got that from work, his old work. Crazy.
But I remember they make video. They make like I remember buying I think it was PlayStation 2. I bought games where they had old like Sega games on there. They were just converted over to PlayStation 2 format. You can just do that instead of buying a whole new console.
Yeah, but it's the same price. You can do that. You can also go out and buy, like, I know they have the Sega, plug and play. It's pretty much the same thing that the Nintendo 60, the Super Nintendo Classic that they have now. They have the same thing for Genesis though too right now. You can just plug it in and they'll have 30 games preloaded or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think so if I asked you the top 5 best-selling NES console games ever?
Ooh.
What would
you're
you
testing
pick?
the top 5
ever.
selling NES games ever?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is okay. Well, Super Mario Brothers 3 has to be on that list.
Yep, that's number 3.
I'm going to probably say
Mario Kart.
Tetris has got to be in there as well.
Tetris is 6th.
Mario Kart's not in there?
Mario Kart was Super Nintendo, my friend. Boom. Will Super Mario Brothers be considered that a selling game and that came with it? But I'll say Super Mario Brothers.
Yep, that's number 1.
I knew it. And I'll say Super Mario 2 as well.
Donkey Kong.
That's number 4. Not Donkey Kong, Super Mario Brothers 2. That's number 4.
And so I'm missing the number 2 game.
Yep.
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Nope. Do you want to know?
Bowl.
Yeah, tell me.
Duck Hunt.
I know. I knew it. That came with it. I just assumed that'd be one.
Duh. Wow.
And then number 5 is The Legend of Zelda. But it's crazy because obviously Duck Hunt and Super Mario Brothers both came with the game, with the console, but the sales for Super Mario Brothers 1 is 40 million, and Duck Hunt is 28 million, and then Super Mario 3 is 18, and then it goes down to 10, 6, 5, 4. Pretty crazy.
Right.
So maybe they're talking like the individual, because I think did they all for the whole history of the regular Nintendo, did it come with regular Super Mario and Duck Hunt
and the gun? Mm-hmm.
Every single one? Are you sure?
Yes. Pretty sure it was like a package.
Yeah, she's right. They both came together.
I can hear him just mashing buttons over there.
I'm not mashing buttons.
Yeah, you are. I can hear you fucking buttons.
Yeah, which is in a way is smart because
I'm moving around right now. I'm not mashing buttons. I'm not a 3-year-old. Now I'm mashing in the face with a stick.
How's your drink? You need another drink? Yeah.
No, I'm 3/4. I just sat down with this thing, so I'm good. I got it filled up right before I sat down with you guys.
But in a way, it's kind of smart for them to sell it with the Duck Hunt gun and the game in Super Mario Brothers, because parents at the time probably weren't willing to spend that much on something where it doesn't come with any games. Then that's an extra expense.
Right. I don't remember any of the PlayStation games coming with anything either.
Yeah, bought PlayStation 4 this last year, and it came with a game, but that's because it was
they just started doing that now. Like the first even the first 2 they didn't start bundling until I would say definitely 3, for sure 4. Because I got 4 right when it came out. I got it when they had Batman Arkham Knight come out. That game is insane, by the way. Big fan.
Good. Crazy.
This is like a video game episode.
I was just gonna say this is for everyone else is like I don't give a shit. They're gonna start scrolling to more interesting topics.
Change
like,
the subject.
When are they gonna start talking about anal?
All right. So speaking of anal, did you hear this news story?
What? Well, I was gonna say speaking of anal, you're gonna talk about the Twins starting up the season soon. Hey-o.
I don't want to talk about Twins. I'll talk football if you want to talk football.
It's not football season, kids. Baseball starts tomorrow.
Now all the people who hate football, all the listeners are like, no!
Yeah, we thought they were done for at least a couple months.
I was like treading water while they were talking about fucking video games, and now they're going to football. These motherfuckers.
Listen, we talked half nerd with video game. For now, we're going to talk sports. Mm-hmm. So, we'll shift. I can shift gears.
And we don't get...
The Yankees are tomorrow. I'm excited. They'll be good. Twins will be good, too, though. They're not going to be bad. They'll be pretty good.
We don't want to talk baseball.
No. Well, if I lived in the Twin Cities, I would not want to talk baseball with you. But I digress. That's fine.
Hey,
what was the story, Sarge?
We got a beautiful stadium. That's all that we care about. We can go watch the Twins lose and enjoy the stadium.
Yeah,
they're good. Stadium. No, they're going to be good this year. They went to the playoffs last year and they got smoked by us. But you're gonna, you'll make the play. You'll be close. You'll be competitive through the entire year. It's
Who's
like you're gonna
us?
suck.
What's the baseball team in New Jersey?
The Newark Bears.
Yeah,
League.
you don't have a team.
Well, so if you think about it, New York doesn't have a football team because they play in Jersey.
The Giants play in Jersey,
and the Jets do too.
Yeah, and you just got to pick your poison with those two teams.
The JV squad, as we call them. We don't call them the Jets. I call them the JV squad.
Yeah, well, they have been since this
forever,
1969. Yeah. What's that? I gotta look this up here. Who was it? Dean Napolitano, who did that? That little parody song about how he's missing Joe Namath.
Yeah,
Dean Napolitano.
I think so.
All right, continue talking. I'm gonna look it up.
Hey, how's everybody doing? I've been a Jeff fan my whole life, and I wrote a little song about it. It's called Missin' Joe. Hope you like it. Well, I'm only high when I'm watching Joe. Just can't take another season, oh no. It's been so long since the Super Bowl. I'm missing Joe. I only hate the Jets when I'm missing Joe. I just can't take another season, oh no. It's been so long since the Super Bowl. I'm missing Joe. Missing Joe. In 09 we drafted that kid from Mexico, and the Jet Nation all thought, here we go. Then he gave us that famous butt fumble, so we shipped him off to Philly, oh. Next we got a kid named Gino. I got another New York Italiano. Nope, he was African American. A pick six, you know. I'm always high when I'm watching Joe. Just can't take another season, oh no. It's been so long since the Super Bowl 1969, I'm missing Joe. I really like Fat Rex and his bravado, but after last year he had to go. Then that son of a bitch went to Buffalo. I hope that tattoo gives you blood poison, oh. I only hate the Jets cause I'm missing Joe. I just can't take another season, no. It's been so long since the Super Bowl. I'm missing Joe. I'm always high when I'm watching Joe. I just can't take another season, oh no. It's been so long since the Super Bowl. I'm missing Joe. Missing Joe. Come back, Joe.
The Giants are going to suck again this season. That is what I hear.
Let's not go that far.
That's what I hear.
See. There's a lot. I'll tell you what. There's a lot of talk going on here. Are they going to trade the second pick? Are they going to get rid of OBJ? What's going to happen? Are they going to trade that second pick? Who are they going to take if they do go with 2? There's a lot of hot stove Giants talk going on right now. That is for sure.
So why would they trade? What's the talk about why the reasoning for trading Odell Beckham Jr.? He's got 1 more year in his rookie contract, right?
Uh-huh.
And is it because he wants to trade? I know he wants a contract extension, which agreed they should be giving him one. He's in his final year. Granted, he wasn't acting like a little fucking asshole all the time, they wouldn't be giving him a contract deal. But then when he acts like a bitch off the field, when he also gets nailed on Instagram with some model with cocaine hanging out, as well as a blunt in his hand, so what?
As well as other things that he's done. Look, he's not ingratiated himself here very well. That's a problem.
It's apparent that Odell Beckham Jr. is probably kind of a douchebag.
No, he is not probably.
Oh, well.
He is a douchebag. Here's the problem.
He's putting up the numbers.
You guys said Lawrence Taylor. Yeah, Lawrence Taylor is the greatest linebacker of all time. Yeah, he got high. He fucked hookers. Great. But he showed up. He was always at every game. Didn't really fuck around. Wasn't a cancer. Well, they say that OBJ's good in the locker room, but Lawrence Taylor is the greatest linebacker of all time. OBJ is not going to be the greatest receiver of all time. And he's just not cooperating. He's pulling that millennial bullshit that's just not, again, endearing himself to A, the fan base, and B, the management. So they're thinking, well, do we want to spend? Because he's going to have to get 15, 17 million a year. Do we want to have a problem child in our locker room for the next 5 years at that price tag?
Yeah, but
that's why they're saying they have to trade him now before the contract expires at the end of the year. Yeah, they're only going to pay him like what, 5 or 6 million, I think it is now this year. But they, again, he's worthless to them if they don't get rid of him, if that's the case. But the thing, now here's the other side of the coin. They need to get a king's ransom for him because he's obviously a top 3 to 5. I say 3. Some people won't say, but no one's going to say below a top 5. He's definitely a top 5 receiver.
Without a doubt.
So they need to make sure that they're not going to trade him for anything less than, a dollar for a dollar. They can't take a deal where it's like they're getting 70 or 80 cents on the dollar for him. No way. Like, if they're going to trade, they need to get someone back of substantiality. Like, for example, they're talking about the Rams trade. They said, look, if I'm the GM for the Giants, I want Todd Gurley and a number 1 because it has to hurt them as much as it hurts us to get rid of him. See what I'm saying?
They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that.
But that's kind of...
Well, I know they're not going to do that, and that's the point. Like, you need to make a deal that's so insane for us to want to consider it. Like, if you were to say, we'll give you our first, second, and third picks this year, I'm listening.
Right.
If you don't have like a top tier player out there.
Yeah.
But it's got to be someone who's insane they have to get, or they have to empty out their draft stash account and have great draft position in order for us to be interested in trading OBJ.
Yeah, which makes it kind of smart because then they're not making him feel like, oh, we're trying to shop you out or get rid of you or whatever.
I say pay the
Well, it's funny. The Giants owner John Marin came out and said we're not shopping him. But the rumor mill started up and they go. The sources said that the Giants are not engaging in talks for anything less than 2 first-round picks for him. So they're talking out of both sides of their mouth. Like, the owner's saying we're not interested. He's on the trading block now, but they also said at the same point in time, no one is expendable because they were 3-13 last year. So, if it has to be an insane offer for them to consider trading him, and that's the bottom line.
If I say pay the dude, I say pay him because when he's out in the field, he produces. Unless he's going up against the Vikings D, then he tends to not produce. But regardless, the guy is worth some pretty big money.
Well, he's a bit of a, he's great, but again, he has his attitude just.
How about this?
Sucks.
How about they trade for a fairly established, fairly young quarterback, and they give up Odell Beckham Jr. and
no,
draft.
Never going to happen because receivers are a dime a dozen. He's great, quarterbacks are a whole different ball.
I agree.
And besides, in this year's draft, there are how many quarterbacks out there that they can go and draft at 2?
That's why the Giants.
So that won't fly.
That's why the Giants would also have to give up a draft pick along with OBJ or whatever the fuck his name is.
Why would they have to give up a draft pick?
Because OBJ is not worth a decent quarterback. Like, say they traded for like a Jimmy Garoppolo type quarterback. And you would have to give up something else.
They just gave him a deal. They're not looking to move him.
No, I'm not saying him specifically, but somebody in that kind of stage of their career as a quarterback, somebody who's actually a legit starter.
But again, they can go out and draft somebody. They don't need to trade for somebody.
You never know what you get in the draft. And how long do you think Eli has left in this league? 1 more year?
2 years. One, I think, will be pretty good this year. Again, everything depends on the offensive line. So Buffalo is heavily rumored to be trying to trade with the Giants at 2 because they have 2 first-round picks this year. So they're going to try and trade up and then see if they can snag a quarterback. So if that's the case, then the Giants need to build the offensive line. If Eli has an offensive line, he's going to be better than 20 to 23 better quarter. He'll be a top 10 quarterback again if he has an offensive line this year. Absolutely, without a question in the world.
And if 100%. if he gets OBJ back and Brandon Marshall, is he coming back?
So as of now, because they would have to cut him if he wasn't going to make it. Yeah,
because he had and
Sterling Shepard is an insane. Well, I guess he's down to 3 if Marshall's back. But Sterling Shepard is fantastic. He was our slot guy, and then I guess he took over as the 1 last year. So if all these guys are healthy, which could be the case, and if we get a couple offensive guys on the offensive line, Eli and Manning's have a great year. Now, of course, the next thing is going to be like, well, we need a running back. If they stay at 2, they take the kid from Penn State, which sounds like it could be the case if they don't get a good enough offer to trade down.
Berkeley.
Now they got themselves a top running back apparently. You get an offensive line somewhere along the line, with their second pick, and then we'll see what happens. But they're not that far away from being good again. People are like, oh, they're going to suck. No, they're not going to suck. I mean, I think I got to see how the draft pans out. That's first and foremost. But let's say they address all those needs I say, they could easily be 8-8 again. Easily 8-8. Dallas stinks. Washington stinks. And I got to look at their non-conference schedule again, but it's doable. The defense is there, and they're changing defense. They got some linebackers, which are nice. They got Alex Ogletree from the Rams. He's a great pick. I like that a lot. Landon Collins, the safety, is great. And like I said, they got a pretty good pass. We'll see about the pass rush again. We'll see what's up, but I don't think they'll be that bad this year. We'll see.
They haven't released the NFL schedules yet, have they?
Yeah, not. They do, because I'll tell you why I know this.
They did.
Every year, yeah, they do. Every year I go to Vegas is a week 1 in the NFL, right? And I don't know how many years in a row the Giants have played the Cowboys Sunday night, which is great for me and my buddies in Vegas because we're out. We get up, which is 10 a.m. local time. Well, actually up before that, but 10 a.m. is kickoff, right? We watch the 1 o'clock games in the bar, then we go to the pool and we hang out. Then we come back when we get time enough to shower for the Giant game at night, which is perfect, and then we go to dinner. And so to answer your question, yeah, I know for a fact what the schedules are, because I know yet again the Giants are playing Dallas. I think they're playing this time at Giant Stadium now, which means I missed the game.
Did you hear that Cody Kessler got traded to the Jags?
Who cares?
Well, that means they're totally going to try and get a second. That's what they're going to use their second pick for.
No, they're not. They just gave Blake Bortles $20 million. Why are they going to?
The Browns. I'm saying because Kessler played for the Browns.
Right. They're saying he got traded to the Jags, right?
Yes. But I'm saying the Browns.
Are you trying to? What are you trying to tell me? Of course, they're clearing out. They're clearing out room for a quarterback. We know that. They're taking Darno number 1. They've set the table as such, saying that. Even he said that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to Cleveland now. So.
Yeah.
I got a song for you, Frenzy, that I found.
Okay.
It was on Facebook. It's called
I love my vagina. 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 I love
Oh,
I'm traumatized by
That was
that.
for you, Frenzy.
I do not like that at all. No one calls it that.
I know. I don't know where that came from.
what do you call it, Frenzy?
I love my vagina.
Usually my cha-cha.
Cha-cha. What are you dancing over there?
Usually.
She does always do a cha-cha type
Cha-cha-cha.
move when she's talking about her
Can I?
cha-cha.
Do you talk about your cha-cha while cutting onions up with wearing sunglasses?
No.
So all you people who are still listening and you're like, ugh, football sucks.
All two of you.
What's our all two of you? What's our next topic of the day, kids?
Maybe we should talk about this show on Amazon Prime Video.
Oh,
Yeah.
my third favorite subject.
What's new? You've got season 5 up on Amazon, right?
Season 6 should be up any day now. I know I've said that, but I really mean it this time.
Okay. But 1 through 5
we're
are up
happy
now.
about that.
And then you just recorded the panelist portion for season 7
Yes.
last weekend, correct?
Sorry, say that
last
again?
weekend? You recorded that portion last weekend?
Yes, we did. The 18th. Day after St. Patrick's Day, that's right. Yes, we did. It was fantastic. Gino Bisconti and blah, 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 Richie Redding and Sean Lynch, who happened to fall asleep not even halfway through the set. That was great. He fell asleep through so many comics.
That's
And it is
awesome.
audible, his snoring. So get ready for a lot of callbacks of, hey, Lynch, what'd you think of that one?
Are they that bad? Or the comedians?
It's funny. He's
There's some bad ones. There's some bad ones. What would you say the percentage is when you do these live sets with these comedians, trying out for the show? What would you say the percentage is of comedians that are actually like you can see there's some potential there to ones that are just complete dog shit?
This is like a bell curve because I watch their videos. Obviously, I do all the submissions. I watch all the submissions.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you this not every time I watch them, and I can tell you when I watch submissions, I'm pretty sure I know I can pick the top 3 easily, and I have gotten the winner wrong 2, maybe 3 times out of 7. I've gotten wrong, so I'm able to pull, and for 7, I guessed the winner. I thought it was an easy one.
Right.
I will say that. The dog shit versus that, I mean, that's a rough one. There are some tough ones this go around, that is for sure. And the All-Star panel definitely made their opinion known about that. But
well, because how many people on average
they were not silent about that.
on average for a season, how many comedians do you get trying out for the show?
This season I had over 200.
Holy
Whoa,
shit!
that's awesome.
Damn.
Yeah, and the season 5 and 6 taping, we had so many people coming from all over. This year we had the winner for the person who flew or came the farthest. We had a guy fly in from LA for this.
What do they
Oh,
get?
jeez.
They get something.
Yeah.
What do you give?
What
them?
they get? They got to perform. That's what they got.
Oh,
They got a
That's
hot-
their
and
present.
they got
How
a-
dare you? Are you gonna give them a little handy? Something?
No,
Come on.
that's for my social media team to do for me.
Uh-huh.
Hey, you're fancy.
Yeah.
Sorry, Frenzy, I didn't mean you. This guy, he's gay, so that's Sarge's department.
Ah, perfect. See?
I'm not gay.
Divvy up the
Gay or me?
duties.
Doesn't have to be gay to fucking jerk a dude off, Sarge. I mean, you're in the Army. You know what's up. No, but yeah, we had people from what? Oh my God, let me remember. A lot of DC people, Connecticut, upstate New York. We had one. Actually, we had a snowstorm the night before, which fucked a few people up. One guy got in a car accident. I'm not laughing at that. Just laughing at the irony. One guy had his flight from Atlanta canceled, so that fucked us up. It was a snowstorm from the night before. But no, that's really the cool thing is we have even a few international people. We had a couple. One guy from Ireland. We had one guy from Nigeria who were like, "I'm trying." I said, "If you can get here from Nigeria, you're fucking in." As well as Ireland. Like I told them both, I'm like, "You guys can get you were," because I would love to have international flair. But
was it one of those?
they couldn't make it.
Was it one of those scams? They were trying to scam you. Like, I am.
No,
the
I didn't give
prince.
him money, you silly goofball.
Princey.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Think
So
what you get?
You have she's getting the next round of cocktails.
Oh, she's giving you an under the table handy, like we're talking about. Hey-o.
So you have 200 and some people submit for the show, like in a season.
Yes.
You don't have 200 comics actually auditioning though, actually getting on stage for the tapings.
No.
How many do you do for a
We only
taping?
have 50,
50.
at each taping,
And
or maybe like a tad less, but yeah.
And how long do they get on stage for? Is it a couple minutes?
They get 5 minutes.
5, okay.
They get 5 minutes, which is really a long time if you think about it. Most of these audition shows, you get like maybe a minute or two, but they get 5 minutes, and that's it.
That's all, but 50 comics though. I mean, that's got to take a good chunk of the day. That's got to take some time just doing the actual on-stage portion of the show.
It does take a bit. That's very true, but we now have it where we have it now done for fine science. I think we started at like 11:15 or so in the morning, and we were done by 4. So we were pretty, and that includes like a half an hour lunch break too, because we were just killing it. So. But yeah, no, we were pretty good now. It used to be a lot longer before, and now I know what I'm doing. So it's a lot easier, a lot more streamlined of a process to do.
You think it's tough for the comics doing their 5 minutes because they're not doing it to like a normal comedy club crowd. They're doing it to basically, judges and other fellow comedians.
Yes and no. But I keep saying, hey, sometimes people complain like, oh, the comics in the crowd, the audience, the energy sucks. You're not performing for the comics in the crowd. You're performing for the panelists. So you should not let that deter you. But then again, I will say that Reed Clark, who won season number 4, went dead last. So that excuse holds no water in my book.
Which excuse? Going last?
Yeah.
Yeah, where you don't want to be the closer, especially if
not even that, or toward like the end, like 42, 43, 44. Like, again, people were killing it, later on. It's just, again, how you need to go in there and you need to metaphorically punch people in the face is what you need to do. So if you just draw that straw where you happen to be there, then fine. But you need to go in there and just kill it. So do it. And that's that.
Yeah. Well, there's all kinds of superstitions with things like that.
Don't make excuses, make results.
Wise words.
Spoken like a true CEO, right?
Wise words. What about you? When's the last time you got up on stage and sling some jokes?
Last night. Right? What's today? Jesus, it's been crazy. I did a mic yesterday, but I had a gig on Monday at a bar show. Tomorrow I'll be at Paisanos in Rutherford, New Jersey. That's right, kids.
Paisanos!
Life. I know. Surprise, surprise. I'll be working with Joe Matarese, by the way, if you know that guy, if you know his name. He's been he opened for Artie and Nick DiPaolo, and he's now a headliner. He's pretty damn good. He's got his own podcast. There's a monster James Gandolfini impression. Give that a listen. So I'll be opening for him tomorrow night and Paisanos. So, yeah. Paisanos. And then me and Anthony Ennis, a guy from season 2, we are hired to go and do a birthday party for a guy's dad whose birthday is on Saturday, and they want us to roast his dad.
Oh, shit. Really?
So,
do you know?
Yeah, we're in Dredge, Connecticut, and go to a little birthday party.
Do you know this dad at all?
Nope.
Where are you gonna get?
Which kind of sucks.
Yeah, because you're gonna have to.
Like, you don't know the guy, but we had the guy. I had the guy email stories to us like about his dad that are embarrassing stories that we can fuck with him for. So
yeah,
I mean I mean, the idea of the roast when you see roast. They're mostly for people that are your friends. Like the thing is, you don't roast people you don't know. It's not as fun, the deep stuff.
Yeah,
and you don't give a shit near as much as you do if it's your friends. So, but yeah, they want to do a roast for the old man, so we're going to go roast the old man.
Oh, shit. That should be interesting.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, and Anthony Anderson is a great guy, too. He's fun. Like I said, season 2, he looks like Chuck Liddell if he got stung by 10,000 bees.
So he's got like a bunch of like tumors or something?
No, not that. He looks like Chuck Liddell, but a fat Chuck Liddell, as he says. But he fights MMA. I'm glad he's one of my friends and he's on my side because that's one guy who I would not want to go against in a fight. That's for sure.
You want him in your corner.
He's in my corner, that's for sure. So I'm glad he is. So it's good news. But yeah, and he's funny as fucking hell. It's actually funny. I got a story about Anthony and myself and a couple other guys. We did a gig for a PTA, School Parent Teacher Association. Gig about a month ago.
Wait,
and
what?
We got hate mail.
Clean comedy?
Actually, Anthony got hate mail. No, definitely not clean.
Meeting.
We got hate mail. Anthony got hate mail because it was his friend who hired him for the gig, and Anthony hired myself and a couple of guys. And they, one woman was your typical blowhard social justice warrior, where she's like, my friends, if they were here, are gay, and we felt that they were making homophobic comments or misogynistic or racist jokes, which we were racial, we just fuck with people. I'm like, I have more gay friends and friends of color than you do, lady, because I'm a comic and that's my forte. And for you to get this, she goes, I should have said something. I felt mad that I didn't get up and say something. I'm like, probably smartest that you didn't get up and say something, especially to this group, because they would have torn her apart for, trying to be, just if you don't listen, if you don't like it, if it's not your cup of tea, that's fine. Just get up, go get a drink at the bar, hang out, do whatever.
That's the thing.
To make a fucking spectacle is you're making it about yourself, and no one gives a fuck about your opinion. Repeat, no one gives a fuck about your opinion.
That's what it usually ends up being when somebody heckles a comedian. They want the attention on themselves. They want to be the center of attention. They want to feel like a victim. They want to feel like they're being some kind of social justice warrior, fighting the battle against political incorrectness.
Yeah, and then we're the last bastion of being able to say what you want, but you can't say at work and shit. So
pretty much, yeah.
You should not be the ones to fucking try and just because you don't agree with it, shame on you. But it's doesn't mean you have to ruin it for everybody else to be an asshole.
What's the worst? What's the worst heckler situation that you've encountered as a comedian?
I've never honestly been heckled in that sense, really heckled, because I'm very fast talking, I'm very loud, I'm very forward, and I move too fast for people trying to get a word in. I would say though, if I had to pick one time, it'd be when I first started. It would be when I was at an urban room meeting, black room. That's what people say. They say urban. That means black. That means black people. All right, just want to say black. I was there, and the guy, I guess he didn't know. Yeah, he didn't know I was a comic, but I go up. I guess he showed up late. Black people being late. Go ahead, Sarge. Make a joke. I'll let you have that one.
Wow.
I'll let you have that one. No. So anyway, I'm there and he's bombing, and then he starts doing crowd work, working his way left to right, and then eventually sees me. And my sister was there with her husband and my buddy, and he starts going. He says something like snarky to me, and I go, "Oh my god, we loved you in that movie." And he goes, "What movie?" I go, "The Blind Side," and all the black people started dying.
Oh my gosh!
Like, oh shit! And this guy didn't know what to do. Like, again, I guess he said later on he didn't know I was a comic, but he ran his mouth, and then he's like, "All right." Then he tries more material, and it just bombs. So then he goes back to the well, trying to do more crowd work, and he says something like, and then he goes around, and he's like, "Oh, yo, white people," and then he said something to my sister. I'm like, now I have to go fucking fight this fucking guy if he says, whatever. I'm like, no, I'm right here. What do you got to say? He was like, "Yo, man, you all cute. Yo, what are you? I'm from Spring Street in Trenton, man. We used to fuck guys like you." I'm like, "Is that why you live there, you big faggot?" And the crowd's like, "Damn!" Like, he got shot. Like, he had nothing to say. Like, every time he tried to come around, I just destroyed him. And the crowd was like, "Don't fuck with Kev! Don't fuck with Kev!" And that was so. That to answer your question, that was like the only time I've honestly like been heckled. But that was it. And, that doesn't really happen hardly at all. for me. Other people it does because maybe they're slower or they don't have the confidence. You know, again, audiences smell fear. Like if they see like you, if they think they can take you down, they'll try. And if they think they can, they'll keep going. But when you shut them down appropriately, then they're like, oh, I'm not going to fucking, do that.
Wow.
Try and climb this uphill mountain. No, thank you.
So the moral of the story is that black people love Kevin Gootee.
You know what? Because I'm real.
Because I'm real.
Keeping it real. Keeping it real.
Listen, I said before, I'll say it again, and I'll say it a million times from here until eternity. There is no better audience than a black crowd who wants to be there. No one. They are there to go out and have a good time. They are there to have fun. They are the best crowd when they want to be there.
Right.
No, bar none.
I'm sure the laughing gets out of control. Like, I love that one.
But you know what? I can deal with the laughter. And there's nothing better than hearing as a white man go, man, you crazy. Are you stupid? I'm killing it. As soon as I get
Crazy
that,
ass
man, this
white boy.
motherfucker's crazy. Like, this motherfucker's stupid. I'm like, yes, I am doing this. So that's my seal of approval of black people.
That's funny.
And again, they don't get all wrapped up in PC bullshit. They really, which is great. They don't, and I love that. And I wish everyone did that and had that same outlook on life. And they'll give you a lot of rope to fucking slide in and say some funny, crazy, outlandish shit. As long as you tie it in, and make it funny. But you better be funny fast, otherwise, then you're in trouble. Get their attention early and be funny, and you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's the worst that's basically the worst heckler you've had to encounter, huh?
Yeah. I talk too fast, and my stage persona, I talk. I've done this now for 8 years, so it's like I know what I'm doing, and I've got an air of, I guess, confidence. Some may call it arrogance, but it's no, I know what I'm doing. So it's like it's like you can't really fuck with people who've been doing it for a long time, and or allow you to get a word in edgewise.
Yes.
Hence this podcast. I've done a lot of talking.
You have. That's why you're here, to talk.
It's just so, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
This is the platform to talk about anything you fucking goddamn please.
So I saw that you and Ron Barba, the fabulous Ron Barba, went.
Oh,
and had
Ronnie B.
a power lunch.
Had lunch with him yet again today.
Yay! I was going to ask.
DeBaba.
For those who haven't
This
seen
power
these
lunch
power
thing,
lunch things.
People laugh their asses off at this power lunch. They go,
I know.
I want to do a power lunch. I want to be part of power lunch. My friend Monica Vita is in town. She's back in town for a month. She used to live in New York. We used to do that's my co-host from Safe Word Podcast, and she's back. And first thing out of her mouth, I want to do a power lunch at fucking Sophie's with you guys next week. I said done and done. But it's so funny, like, people are like, oh, I see your videos, I love this power lunch stuff, and they get a kick out of, and it just was born out of a pure goof, you know, the
That's
dumbest
the best.
shit.
Yeah.
These things happen.
And you guys do you go to lunch the same venue every time?
No.
Switch it
Today
up?
we went to, oh god, it's like a little market in Midtown, and right by his house, they're in Times Square by his house.
Okay.
In a hotel, but it's like a market area. They got a bunch of different spots there. But no, Sophie's is one of our go-tos, that's for sure. And that's one of the Cuban places. Sophie's, that's right. We're open for sponsorship here on the Bunch of Comics show on Amazon. The green sauce is marvelous. But yeah, we mix it up. We definitely mix it up a lot. The one thing he won't eat is sushi, which annoys me because I love sushi, but he hates it.
Here's the power lunch, the latest one.
Okay.
Time for another power lunch with Ron Barba and Kevin Gootee.
So it's been a while since we did Power Lunch. What's been going on? Just wrapped season 7, Comics Watching Comics. All-Star Edition. Power. Pure power. What are you up to?
Filming some hot blondes all around town.
Clothes on or off?
On. For now.
What do you want to do next? What about a podcast? A podcast? About what? What else? Power. I gotta go. Hey, I'll get the check, boss.
I love that at the end.
I
I'll
don't
get
know why
the check
fuck
back.
they like it. It's so dumb.
This is fun. It's fucking fucking adorable. And you make Ron pay for lunch every time. That damn.
I would no. That is not true.
We all know he has a corporate card. He gets to fill out an expense report.
I don't know how he has.
He's not. No, he doesn't work.
No, I know. I'm kidding.
He's making films and doing shit. He does not have that job anymore. He's Ron Barber and I will be going back to Vegas. He's part of the Vegas. Last year was the Vegas 3. This year will be the Vegas 5.
What are you guys doing?
When is that?
You doing shows?
No, for nonsense. And week 1 of the NFL, like I'd said.
Yeah, that's right. So September.
September. Oh yeah. You want to see true power? That is power in Vegas. That's for sure.
I feel like Ron Barber's a really, really nice dude. Like he's pretty much a sweetheart, and you might be a bad influence on him.
I think it's equal. He's a great dude.
Yeah.
Do I get the bad influence thing? He's a man who's I don't need to influence anybody. Everyone has their own decisions in life. They choose the paths they want to take.
I picture you guys kind of being a combination of Goodfellas and Swingers characters in Vegas together.
No, he's the Italian. I'm not the Italian. No, it's just look. We go out there. We're both quite gregarious. We both love to talk, have a good time, bullshit around, eat, gamble like kings, and that's what we do. Go out to the bars, clubs, / whatever, lounges and shit.
Yeah, you guys might need to do. You know what you need to do when you go to Vegas? You and Ron, you need to do a parody of Vince Vaughn and what's his name?
Oh, that's been done to death.
What's his name? The fuck's the other?
Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
Who's done that? Who's done a power lunch? Kevin Gootee, Ron Barber power lunch in a Vegas casino, like a la Made.
Should we go to In-N-Out and fucking power? Actually, that's the first thing we do. We get off the plane, right to In-N-Out Burger. Not even kidding you. Literally the first thing we do.
How about this then? Here you go. This is even better. Do a Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas power lunch.
Get high on shrooms and shit.
Yeah. Who would be? I think Ron Barber would have to play the Benicio del Toro part, and you're gonna have to be what's his name?
Depp?
Yeah, Depp, but who was he playing? What was that guy?
Hunter S. Thompson.
Hunter S. Thompson, yeah. I think you would have to be Hunter S. Thompson. And Ron Barber would be perfect in the Benicio del Toro role. That would be hilarious.
Listen, you will definitely get
do it.
A power. I don't know. Power lunch we're always just grabbing something real fast. We'll go to the pool. Or in the pool area, or breakfast. But yeah, those dinners we do. Dinners are a whole to do there because the food out in Vegas is. I dare say, I mean, it's as good as New York. So we eat like kings, every time we're out. Every meal is a whole to do. So you will definitely see some stuff from us out there. Power dinnering up for sure. Okay. Maybe a power lunch or two, but it's going to be an absolute
I've got another
shit show blast yet again.
I've got another idea for a power lunch video.
I'm all ears.
You and Ron Barber out in the middle of the desert at night with shovels burying a dead hooker, and then the tag is power lunch went bad. I love very bad things.
That's funny. I've been to Vegas. I don't even know. Close to 30 times. Do you want to take a guess how many times I've been hit on by a hooker?
Well, I want to know how many times you or Ron has had to bury a hooker in the desert.
No, first of all,
that's probably
I'm
higher.
When I was single, I never had to pay for sex because I'm good looking. You silly goose. So that never happened. But take a guess on how many times I've been hit on by a hooker in Vegas.
Probably plenty.
Give me a number.
You've been here 30 times, at least 30 times.
None. 0.
You say 30, Frenzy. You say 0.
Mm-hmm.
Frenzy, you are the closest. The answer is 2.
Wow. Yeah, but
listen, they smell desperation, and your boy just is not a desperate fellow. They do not. Not that I approve or seek it out, but yeah, they do not. Hookers don't hit on me out there. Just
I think
telling you the facts.
I think what they do is they smell money, and they didn't smell any money on you.
Well, that could be the case. They saw what I'm paying for this fucking show. God damn it!
You blew your wad at the blackjack tables, and like this motherfucker.
No, last year I blew it in the fucking sports book. Last year I was laughing. So what I do now is I have all my bets figured out. I walk the first after we go to In-N-Out. Literally, the first thing I do is we check in and we're waiting for the say your room's ready. I go right to the cage. I go right in there to the sportsbook cage, and I start dropping all my bets in there. Do you know last year I went 0-6 in football bets?
You did?
0-6 on week 1. Thank Christ, week 2 I went something crazy, 7-0. I went 7-0 week 2. But week 1 I went 0-6. Barbara's like, what do you like? What do you like? I know you're good at this. I'm like, all right, here's what I like. Blah, 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 blah. And I went 0-6. He's like, what the fuck, man?
That's
Not
crazy.
Even one?
But you did better as the season progressed, though. You did pretty well.
Yeah, no, I do. And I need to take more unders. I was taking too many overs. I thought a lot of teams were going to score more than they did week 1. And I guess I foolishly forgot that week 1, people are still trying to figure out their offenses and getting everything synced together. Mm-hmm. And that the unders are more of the play than the overs. So I will be doing that. But yeah, I'll be figuring out team overs. And I'll tell you what, you guys are any big gambling fans. I like the over Colorado Rockies 83. They went to the playoffs last year, kids, and they got a good team. And again, over 83, it's nothing. And Texas under, I think it's at 71. I gotta look. But Texas Rangers are going to suck this year. Those are my 2 baseball team over-unders for the year.
If we have any listeners who are big baseball fans, just stop listening to our show now. You are not allowed to be our fans. Fuck baseball.
Whatever. That's rude.
Oh, just because the Twins fan is sorry you guys haven't been relevant.
I'm just kidding. That's not fair. I agree. It's not fair. But fuck baseball. Just don't care. I don't have an interest in it.
Tell me again about how great Kirk Cousins is going to save your guys this year.
He's not going to save us, but he's going to be better. Definitely not.
$30 million a year.
Yes, that's just
for a guy that has 0 playoff wins. 0.
This is not the first time this has happened.
$30 million. I just want to repeat $30 million a year. Okay, how much is Garoppolo making? $3 million less a year, and he's played 5 fucking games. He's not. You said $3 million less than $30 million a year. It's not true. He's making somewhere around that 20. He's making over $20 million a year, and Jimmy Garoppolo is not making 20 a year. He's not. That's not the case. It's not true. Frenzy, are you looking it up, or do you want me to? What's Jimmy Garoppolo's contract?
I don't remember. I knew what it was.
Jimmy
got it. I was looking up stats from when the Giants played the Redskins played the Giants.
All right, I'm gonna look up the contract. Jimmy Garoppolo's
Giants
contract.
beat him. Hey-o.
He signed a 5-year, 137.
137.
So what's that equal?
So he's making 20. No, sorry, 6. No, I'm right. Wait, 5-year, 137. That's 20. 23 a year. He's considerable less than.
Yeah.
Cousins.
Yeah, and he's played 5-6 games in his entire goddamn career.
Well, and the Redskins beat the Giants 20-10 last year on Thanksgiving night.
Yeah, he's making $27.4 million a season, less than $3 million. What Kirk Cousins is making, and he's played 5 or 6 games.
And Frenzy, who the Giants beat the last week of the year?
The Redskins.
Nobody.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Just making sure. Okay. Just making. You want to throw out numbers?
Yeah.
Stats.
The Jets beat
facts.
The Jets beat the Patriots every fucking other year. It happens.
I know that. No one's arguing that point.
It's a divisional
thing. And Minnesota Vikings lost to the Philadelphia Eagles in horrible fashion. You fucks. I had you in the under. You both fucked me.
Yeah.
I fell right into that trap. I'm like, well, that's not a trap. I was like, look, you can't beat a backup quarterback. Shame on you with that great defense. No. 7-0, guys, right down the field. Great job. 7-7 on the pick 6. All right. And after that, it was Ollie oxen free.
I felt worse than you did.
Yeah.
Plus,
I'm sure you did.
I lost $50
but you weren't down $800 though after the end of the game.
No, I was lost 50, and my soul got lost though too. Crushed.
And you got rid of the guy who got you to the promised land. I don't know what's dumber. $30 million a year for Kirk Cousins, or letting go of Case Keenum.
Oh man, we just dumped 3
in a day, 24-hour period.
Former starting quarterbacks. Just
all 3 gone.
bye-bye.
See ya. Bye. Well, the thing with... I was fine with Teddy, though. Actually.
No.
Yeah.
He was the worst one we had.
No, I was fine with Teddy going.
Oh, leaving?
Yes.
Where did wait, hold on, I forgot. Where did Bradford go? I forgot.
Cardinals, $20 million for a year.
Yeah.
Well, look, there is no such thing as a bad 1-year contract. But, I mean, they're just... Yeah. I would not be surprised if they made a move to trade up, because they stink.
Yeah, they need to do something. They've been riding these old quarterbacks for how long now?
But they were
Sam
good,
Bradford,
though.
Carson Palmer, Kurt Warner. They were good, but you only get a few
years out of them.
But
they had Carson Palmer for a long time. They got a lot of good years out of Palmer.
They got like 3 or 4 seasons out of him. That's not that long.
Yeah, well, look, they were 2 years ago. He snapped his ACL, and he could have been something, that year. But he's very injury prone, and that's why he retired. But they were there, and they still have Fitzgerald as a Hall of Fame receiver.
For about one.
But other than that, though, they're done.
1 more year. Yeah, the Cardinals. David Johnson, who knows what he's going to be like this coming back off that injury from last season?
I think he'll be okay.
You think so?
I think so.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Glad you feel confident.
Yeah,
all right, what else? So you're gonna let us know when season 6 drops on Amazon.
I'm telling you, it should be any day. Hopefully next week. We haven't got to tell you what. I'm gonna look at it right now and see if it went up. But yeah, and then we're gonna have the live show, which was a showcase that we had for all the winning comics.
Yes.
And the panelists and the redemption seekers.
Okay.
So that's cool. That'll be up very shortly after that. And I am editing 7 when I get off the phone with you guys. Let's see. Season 5. Only 5's up. Yeah. Did you guys watch any of season 5? What'd you think?
I liked season 5. Yeah, I watched most of it.
You did? Who's your favorite panelist?
I have yet to watch it.
My favorite panelist? Oh, well, I can't say you. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Jeffrey.
You're kidding me.
No.
Jeff. I'm like him. Really, Goering? Okay, all right. There you go.
And Gino's close up there too.
I love Gino Bisconti. We're doing. Oh, here's. What else are you up to, Kevin? Oh, glad you guys asked. I will be doing. We're going to be doing Comics Watching Football, which will be presented to the NFL, and hopefully that hits, so I can stop corporate America and that garbage. Gino Bisconti is going to be part of the Comics Watching Football taping we're going to be doing in the next couple of weeks.
Is he a big
we were supposed to do it
fan?
last week, last week, but the snow fucked everything up.
Yeah, he's a big football fan, Gino, right?
Is he?
Yeah.
What's that?
Gino's a big football fan, isn't he?
Huge. He's a huge Chargers fan.
Okay.
And he does his picks every week, and I love to bust his balls about his picks and vice versa. But Gino, yeah, he's huge. He's a big fellow gambler, and I enjoy his comedy. Gino's just a great guy. If you love him on 5, you will love him on the All-Star Edition. I promise you.
Sounds like maybe it could be a collaboration of some type of Comics Watching Comics podcast idea.
Maybe that was the podcast that Ron Barber and I were alluding to in our little video.
Ooh, I know.
I was wondering.
Yep. I like it.
Maybe that was.
I like it.
Interesting. Dun, dun, dun. Foreshadowing.
Then you need someone's face being like,
is the world sick of me yet? I'm sure they are. Or do they even know I exist? That's the real question.
It's a little bit of both.
Love you.
But we love you. And you still
that's
have
your job to get the word out, Frenzy.
Yeah, I know. You still have your merch for purchase, right?
ComicsWatchingComics.com is where you can find T-shirts right now, small to large. We're all out of extra large.
We need some hats, Kevin.
It's time to people to go on a diet anyway. It's summer. Come on,
Kevin. We need some hats. Some Comics Watching Comics.
You know what?
Hats.
It's funny. My girl Pam Ray, the girl I did she did the twerking video last week.
Yes,
she's demanding that she designs my new T-shirt. She's like, Kevin, I love you, but your T-shirt designs were not good. I'm like, oh, thank you. But she has something in mind. I love Pam to death. She's great. I'll give Pam a shout out. Pam is killing it. She's a motivational speaker and a comic. She does a lot of work for Jewish inclusion. She is a self-described Jewish midget with Tourette's.
Love it.
Yeah. You can see Pam on season 2 of Comics Watching Comics.
Yes.
Yeah, she's great, and one of her bosses is Mayim Bialik, aka Blossom.
Blossom! Heck yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I've seen your guys' funny selfies and stuff.
I could not be more proud of her.
Yeah.
She's great, but yeah, she's look for her, kids. That's all I gotta say.
Hi, Pam.
Boom, Pamela Ray.
I love
That's it.
Right.
So what else? We got Comics Watching Football. Season 6 should be up any day, like I had said. Christ. What else do I do? I forget. I'm drawing a blank. That's it. Sportsbook Box Office Podcast. It's been a while. We're overdue. We actually saw.
Yes.
I did a podcast in studios down in Manhattan, which are pretty cool. So we're gonna go give them a talk and see what's up, and then see if we're gonna go do it down there as opposed to my house. Because 2 podcasters I'm happen to be talking to right now say ours sound like shit. So
it does, yes. And you don't, honestly, man, you don't even need a studio. You don't need a professional studio to do a podcast. You just need some decent equipment and a little bit of know-how, and you can do it from your fucking living room. Really.
Yeah, I do it here. We did one episode here with our girl. Oh my god, I love her. I'm blanking on her fucking name. Never mind, I'll look later on. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Again, it's just so much going on right now to try and nail it down for another thing. And like I mentioned with the Comics podcast, I know it's just
you're
like
a busy man.
God.
You gotta
keep spreading yourself thinner.
I know. Yeah, you're a busy man. You've got a lot of shit going. A lot of pokers in the fire.
Would love to be poking somebody in the fire. Hey-o.
How dare you?
Meow. How dare you? I didn't say who. Meow.
So the Comics Watching Football, is that just going to be basically... Is it going to kind of be like with the Comics Watching Comics, where... How does that work?
No, it's going to be... This is honestly... I kind of made a joke about it, but this could honestly be the thing that gets me out of it. Like, we have a guy... The production company I'm working with, his buddy is friends with... Excuse me. One of the head high-ups at the NFL, and he saw this... The one teaser he did, and said, "This is fantastic. I want to be able to take this to the NFL and to the networks in the NFL, and shop it there." So what Comics Watching Football would be is, instead of you watching Joe Buck or Troy Aikman, you could tune in and watch us watching the game and commenting and reacting to the game. And you're not going to hear X's and O's like you are with Aikman and Buck. You're just going to hear just comics sitting back and cracking jokes and making fun while watching the game and reacting, and like I said, making it a humor watch instead of a strictly X's and O's kind of viewership.
Yeah, I could see something like that working. Like, you don't want to give too much away of what the format might be, but that I could see that being something that could be hilarious, because there's tons of NFL fans out there, obviously, huge fan base. But if you can mix it with comedy, that doesn't happen very often, obviously, with the NFL. They tried it with Frank Caliendo, and what's his name, Dennis Miller.
What was that for?
Both horrible bombs, but they did it with what's his name, the current guy. What's that comedian who does the that shit on Fox? That actor,
Rob Riggle.
Rob Riggle, yes, his shit is hilarious. He's the only.
You think?
He's the only comedian that I've seen.
He's not a comedian. He's an improv guy.
Comedic actor. I don't know if I don't know if he does stand up or not. I'm sure he not at all.
No.
Anyways, but comedic actor. He is hilarious. He's the best I've ever seen when they've done some kind of comedy collaboration in the NFL. Rob Riggle's shit is funny. Caliendo was funny until, after about one season, you're like, okay, how many Madden impersonations can you do?
That's the problem with impressionists. Like, they're very good, but only in short doses. Like, their material it's not sustainable for over a longer period of time.
And Dennis Miller is just annoying. He's just pretentious and annoying.
Yeah, I mean, we get he's a smart guy, and he just jams that down your throat by making Voltaire references in the third quarter of a Giants-Packers game? No, sorry, I'm not on that list.
It's just too weird.
I heard that Dennis Miller, like a lot of those references he would do in his act, he honestly had no idea what he was talking about. He would just find some innocuous reference that most people probably would have no idea what he's talking about, and he'd just throw it in there, just sound intelligent. But he really,
I don't have to do homework when I'm watching football.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Then that's why I didn't.
That could be funny. That could be really interesting because there isn't really much out there for that. There isn't really.
If comics, bunch of comics hits, there will be no Reformation Martin Luther references. I promise you.
Yeah. It's funny when he makes that shit. You have like the NFL very bad lip reading or the bad lip reading videos. Remember those?
Right.
From YouTube. Those are hilarious. Shit like that. And you're mixing some comedy with NFL. That shit's entertaining. I like it.
You're my creative consultant now.
Yeah.
But also it's good because you know what you're talking about, too. So it's like you're informed.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm pretty knowledgeable. I can handle my own for a while.
As far as Giants
just don't go 0-6 again week 1 in Vegas and you'll be good.
Zing! Yeah, I know, but I made up for it the following weeks.
I know.
But yeah, I know. I shall not. Yeah, hopefully it's funny. I actually had the idea if we do get picked up. I told my guy, I'm like, well, tell so and so that it'd be a great place to do a first show. He's like, where? I go, Vegas. He's like, yes. Duh. So I get my Vegas trip. I can get my Vegas trip paid for.
Yeah, your yearly trip plus some gambling.
Yeah, like, all right, money. No better place than. Hey, here we are, week 1 of the NFL. Where are we? Vegas. What are we going to do? We're going to gamble all day long.
All day long. So do you have a bookie then for like when you're not in Vegas?
Wait, say that again?
Do you have a bookie for when you're not in Vegas or you just do online stuff? Like,
oh, Frenzy. I'm
bookie days are
What do
gone?
You think? Yes, of course.
Would be sweet.
Yes, I do.
The secret knock and all that stuff?
No, we don't. There's no knock. I just text the guy, go, what do you got in this game? And I get answers, and then they
you
make
respond
appropriate
with your choices?
Choices, right.
Interesting. So I would like to believe that you've got some baseball bets that you're going around in your head, right?
Yeah, like I said, the Rockies over and the Texas under I like. Tomorrow's the first day. I don't think I'll be betting baseball game to game is not as near as fun as football.
Right.
Because you're betting the money line, and you have to bet the favorites, and you have to lay a lot more, and God forbid the favorite loses, and it's trouble. I mean, I like to bet win totals for the year. That way you're in it through the entire year.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's got to be a huge difference between the two because obviously baseball plays so many more games, so that'd be crazy to bet weekly.
Yeah,
but there's people that do bet weekly in baseball.
Say that again?
There's people that do bet weekly in baseball?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
People bet everything. People bet the goddamn I think you could bet The Bachelor, you can bet all the you guys want to laugh? You want to hear a true gambling degenerate story?
Yes.
Do you want to know what I bet on about a few weeks ago? I bet Gary Oldman would win Best Actor in the Oscars.
Oh, you did an Oscar bet? For real
you know
money?
Why? Because it was an absolute lock. And here's the funniest part. Do you know so Gary Oldman winning the Oscar? Look, I knew he was going to win. Here's why. Well, I know, but here's why I thought he was going to win. He's been around forever. He's been in so many good films. He's never been given his just due when it comes to Oscars and all that stuff.
But he was up against Daniel Day-Lewis, who's won like 17 of them.
Which is exactly why I knew he wasn't going to win. First of all, this film generated no buzz. Second of all, when I saw Dunkirk in the theater, they showed the preview for this film, and I go, he's winning. Gary was going to win for Church. I know this. Just by watching the preview, I know that. And then I saw Churchill. I'm like, yep, he's definitely winning it. So anyway, I saw Churchill. I watch it, and then I'm like, he's going to win. So then I'm like, let's bet on this. That's how confident I am. The line was minus 2,500, which means you have to bet $2,500 just to win 100. That's how much of a favorite he is. Like that's how much of a lock it was. So I'm like, all right, I had 700 in my online account, and I was like, I know he's going to win. So I put $700 on Gary Oldman to win. You know how much I took home for that win?
How much?
$17.
Gavin, you're a degenerate gambler.
But you know what? It's like, okay, but then again, that's why it's so high. Everyone and their grandmother knew that he was going to win. That's why the number was so insanely high. Now, of course, the funniest story in the world would have been like, oh my God, I bet Gary fucking Oldman, he lost minus 2,500. I'm down $700. Like, how fucking awful would that be? That someone came in an upset. I'm like, oh, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
But no, I won.
Yeah,
but I won $17 because I knew it was a lock. And
one of the nice things you have to look forward to as a parent is you have a daughter, and when she's old enough to get into school, and I guarantee you're gonna nudge her towards sports and athletic activities in school. And
she already has a pretty good arm.
That's good.
I played baseball. Her mother played softball.
But,
so we are pretty confident that she can. And she just throws whatever and she rockets it. I'm like, holy! She's 2.5. Like, oh boy. So this is interesting. We'll see what we can do. But yeah.
But I
don't know. I don't think I'll be taking her down the gambling route. If that's what
No. What I'm
or betting on her little league games.
What I'm insinuating is exactly that. Is you're gonna find another father who's another degenerate gambler like yourself, whose daughter is on the same team as yours, and you're gonna bet on her games. Her little t-ball leagues and. Ballet. I mean, you can, whatever it is.
You can battle.
You make it sound like a ballet recitals. You're ridiculous. I'm not gonna
battle of Girl Scout cookie sales.
You're gonna find a way to bet on fucking ballet. I guarantee it, and it's gonna be that much more fun than betting on professional sports.
Yeah.
Would you believe when my wife was in labor, I was betting the doctor, and she was betting back too of when my daughter would be born.
That's awesome.
And my wife's like, "Shut the fuck up! I don't give a shit." Of course she's obviously paid.
The doctor's
but we're betting like, all right, I got $3.15. Just going down the line.
Believe that.
She wasn't happy with it. She was not happy that day.
I do believe that.
Doctor's like,
and I believe you had the cash in your pocket, like laid out on the table, and they're like, "Put that shit away. We're in a sterile environment."
Doc, put the money on the lamp. You know the rules.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right. So it's time to pull this train into the station.
All right, you guys are gonna have sex. I get it. You don't need your metaphors.
Yeah. You enjoy your first season of 2018 baseball, and hopefully you'll win some money this week.
Rockies over, Texas under. That's what I'm looking at right now. And those a couple of freebies for your fans. And we're actually looking to do a gambling. My couple buddy Jeff Paul and myself and another comic are looking to do a gambling show.
Jeff Paul.
We're trying to pitch. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of cool. So I got to pitch my guy on this. So yeah. Trying to make shows, trying to make moves, kids,
You gotta do it.
Frenzy, give me a Jeffrey Paul accent.
I can't. I'm not good at it. No, I'm not good at it.
Speak it awesome. I love the Red Sox.
He doesn't sound like that.
Let's go get in a car.
He's not from Boston.
Yeah, that's Boston. How do you like them apples? That's Boston.
He just speaks like a mushmouth retard. That's what he does. It's funny. I'll give you a quick story about him. He calls me and goes, "You do voiceover?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "I need to know how to do an English accent." I'm like, you need to know how to speak English first. Like, oh, fuck you. How do you... I was busting his balls. So yeah. But look out for my boy Jeffrey Paul. He's going to be in that new Scorsese film about Frank Sheehan, the guy who killed Hoffa. It's going to be on Netflix, I think, next year it's going to be out.
Allegedly.
No, I'm reading the book about Frank Sheehan admitting killing Hoffa. So yeah, it was him. It's called I Heard You Paint Houses. Give it a look. Pretty good book so far. But yeah, Jeffrey Paul. I look for him into that too. See, I shout out my friends. I'm good. I'm a good guy.
You are.
Despite my gruffish exterior.
We love you. All that's important is that we love you, Kevin Gootee. We truly do.
As you should. I'm paying these bills.
Bow to me.
Uh-huh.
All right, Kevin, my friend, my brother.
Yes, sir. Always a
you.
pleasure.
Thank you for sharing
Melissa,
your time with us.
Yes.
always a pleasure with you
Thanks,
as well.
Kevin.
Of course. Of
Yes.
course.
Duh.
Of course.
All right, cool.
All right. Laugh on, my friend.
Nintendo on. Or Dragon on
wait.
if you switch games.
Don't forget, Comics Watching Comics on Amazon and Twitter, Comics at Comics Watching, Instagram on Comics Watching Comics, and
Facebook?
Sportsbook Box Office Podcast, Twitter, Instagram, iTunes, all that good shit. But
All
you
the-
guys, why are you doing that? You already guys throw all that stuff in the end anyway.
Your
But
voice
what the
is
hell?
so much better. That's what you do.
Yeah.
That's why we have you do it.
Yeah.
Comics Watching Football coming soon.
Hopefully.
That's exciting.
Comics watching the NFL draft nude.
Oh my god!
there's a
I
new
just clicked.
episode.
I just opened an email, and it's from a casting thing. Like get these, like it's like Monster, but for like casting stuff.
Yeah.
The title that popped up first in this email. Ready for this title?
Yeah.
For the film. Actually, it's a theater production. Ready? Gay porn mafia.
What?
Yes, do it.
That's
do it.
amazing.
Do it right now.
The character name is Ron, and
Yes.
Ron is going to need to be 30 to 45 years, Caucasian, Mediterranean male, macho, mafia stereotype, brash, classic, attractive, quote-unquote, regular guy,
That's
closet
fucking
homosexual, parentheses, there is a same-sex, capital letters, kiss.
Yes.
This character will also play a neurotic businessman in another scene, so some versatility and excellent comedy chops are necessary.
Oh, shit.
that fits you to a
$125
T.
per performance and expenses, $25 for rehearsal stipend. No.
Kevin, that fits you to a T.
He has to kiss a dude.
That is
Yeah.
him. That's
All of that except for he has to kiss a dude.
it describes him
Right,
perfectly.
Frenzy, you get it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta do what you want to do. Hey, Jake Gyllenhaal. Fucking,
Do you know how much he got paid to do that role? A
Like
lot more than
millions.
$125 a day.
Yeah.
that's not enough to kiss a dude.
Listen,
You
if
probably
I'm
have
gonna
to
be gay
do it
for
a
pay,
bunch
it's
of
gonna be
times.
a lot more
All you
than
gotta
that.
do is kiss him. I'd probably kiss a dude for $125.
What do you mean, probably?
Just
You
a
did for
smooch,
less.
right? It's not just a
No, there's like tongue and stuff, I think.
Does it specify?
It's like a sexual scene, so you can't just be like, mwah.
Is there anal? Is there nudity?
There's no talk of anal.
It's just kissing, right? Just a smooch.
Is that in your rider? Like, hi, I'm Sarge. Must do anal.
Yeah, right? No, I think
Airtight.
it's like you have to use tongue or something. It has to be like
It
passionate
didn't
and
say that.
believable.
If it, honestly, I would if it was just smooching a dude, real quick, little smooch,
That's-
$125. Why not?
They
Cash?
didn't title it a smooch.
Why? It's not gonna turn me gay. It might turn me.
Yeah.
Right.
Spoken like a true guy in the army.
God.
What if it did? Like that was it. Boop. Oh, I guess I'm gay now.
I don't think that's how it works.
Damn it!
That's funny.
You got me with your magic spells.
You got me with your magic peck.
And facts.
All right.
All right, and scene. All right, Kevin,
Uh,
brother, thank you. This has been interesting.
Per you.
It was just honestly, it's like an hour and a half of just the three of us bullshitting. It's like,
Yeah.
man, I hope they're gonna find something interesting here because again, just felt like three people on the phone,
Yeah,
three
lots-
friends just having a conversation. I'm like,
I know.
oh,
The beauty-
I hope it's
The
interesting.
beauty of it is that
Editing.
in the editing process, I make every one of us look good.
Do you make Jeff Paul sound interesting?
Yeah, it's amazing. I was able to make him sound interesting.
You must have slaved over that like a fucking 5-year-old Asian boy slaves over making an iPhone.
Pretty much. It involved a lot of sweat and blood. And
I love fucking with him.
Yeah.
he's like, you're right.
You're right.
To make him interesting.
It was like the longest editing process ever. That's okay.
Is it really like we don't edit at all? Because we only do an hour, and then it's just like only if someone
Yeah.
says something scandalous, like, I
Right.
probably shouldn't have said that. Can you or cut that out? I'm like, all
That's
right,
pretty
fine.
much what
Yeah,
it is.
I don't edit shit.
Wrapping up the episode.
Outro time.
Damn right. The end of the episode got cut off at the very end. Like when we were saying our goodbyes, we were blowing each other kisses.
Yeah.
giving out the smoochies and saying goodbye, but that's fine. All it was Kevin blowing kisses, so.
He probably doesn't want you to hear that anyway.
It's gross. So yeah, that was Kevin Gootee.
Mm-hmm.
Love that fucker.
Yeah, always love chatting with him.
I love Comics Watching Comics.
Yep.
Fucking sponsor.
Sportsbook Box Office Podcast.
Damn right. Go check that shit out on Amazon Prime and all the podcast streaming platforms for the podcast.
Yes.
And hopefully, I've been trying to talk Kevin into this for a while, and it sounds like it might be something that's happening in the future, a Comics Watching Comics podcast.
Yes. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, it needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
The show's doing great. It's on Amazon Prime. Was it 5 seasons, you said?
1 through 5, 6 coming soon.
So, yeah, it's going strong. He's got some other irons in the fire right now with that Comics Watching Football.
Yep.
That should be interesting. And hopefully the podcast.
Yeah. CEO is a busy man. He's getting things done.
He really is, yeah. Great guy, good friend of ours. He's our fucking boss.
Yeah, he's our boss.
And he's kind of been a regular on the show. So we always enjoy sitting down and having a chat with him. Even though this time around he was playing fucking Super Nintendo or whatever it was the whole damn time, just mashing buttons. And you heard it. He's fucking button mashing in the background every once in a while. Son of a bitch. But it was a fun conversation nonetheless.
It was.
Hopefully whatever game he was playing, he lost. I'm hoping.
Yeah, I think he did.
So you get karma.
Sucks at video games.
All right. So, thank you for listening.
Yes, thank you.
We fucking love you guys and girls and guy girls.
Everybody.
Your pets, if your pets listen.
Yeah, your pets are for sure listening.
All right. We're going to play this episode out with a song by... What's it called here? I got to pull it up. I am not prepared.
You're fired.
It is by Valley Lodge, and it's called Kiss Me, I'm Drunk.
Sweet. All right. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Later, fuckers.
I love you, baby. Kiss me, I'm drunk. Hold my hand. If you're scared or concerned for your health, just pretend that I'm somebody else. Kiss me, I'm drunk. Kiss me, I'm drunk. I'll love you till my dying days, or until they kick us out of this place. I'll be your oyster, you'll be my pearl. Come on, not a care in the world for a boy or a girl. Kiss me, I'm drunk. Can I take just a piece of your time? Kiss me, I'm drunk. Let me be your man. Well, I am. I've got a plan for us, honey. If you think you can loan me the money, kiss me, I'm drunk. Kiss me, I'm drunk. Kiss me, I'm drunk. Come on, let's get out of this place. I've got a roommate, but he just bought a case. Remember my love for you being sung. Remember the time when we were young, when the time was a tongue. Now our lovers are gone. When I got you pinned to the wall and the last breath is gone. Kiss me, I'm drunk. 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 dumb. Well, I'm alive, but I'm not awake. Well, I'm alive, but I'm not okay. Well, I'm alive, but I'm not awake. Well, I'm alive, but I'm not okay. Kiss me, I'm dumb. 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 Kiss me, I'm. Kiss me.